go!
Travis Kinley coming back to you with another one. I am chilling in the house and about to go get on the bike, man. Let's go put some miles on the Harley, shall we? I would carry my GoPro, but I just don't feel like being occupied with footage and stuff like that. I just like to ride, man, turn the music up, put the feet on the highway pegs and roll on. So me and Taylor were talking, and Taylor's got a little bit of, kind of a little bit like, what do you expect as far as winter driving? Now, he is from a place where snow drops a whole lot more often than it drops at my house. So, he's got more experience than I do with winter driving in general. But, you're in a tractor trailer. Who wouldn't be nervous, right? So I got through my first winter. I am by no means an expert, but I figure I would at least drop a little bit of winter advice. How I made it through winter, okay? Just a few tips. Off the top of the dome, I've got nothing written down. I'm just going to think about my winter experience and tell you how I made it through winter. All right, first thing was I downloaded every 511, 511 app I could possibly find. Any DOT app, anything that had news regarding interstates, highway systems, etc. For example, Wyoming would be WYDOT. That's like the icon in the app store for Apple. Utah, I know Utah was on there because I was definitely looking at Utah. Pennsylvania, I remember Pennsylvania. But I downloaded all of them that I could find. And I paid close attention day after day. When I'm going to sleep, I'm thinking about my route for tomorrow, and I'm checking, a forecast. I'm checking interstate and highway systems before I go to sleep, as well as soon as I wake up. I'm waking up before my 10-hour break is done. I'm waking up maybe at the 9-hour marker. So I try to eat before I stop driving. That way, by the time I stop driving, eating is not something I need to do before going down to rest. So, I'm checking the apps. I'm thinking, what do I need to do? I'm waking up before my 10-hour break. I'm doing my homework, if you will, my research. And I'm looking, what do I need to expect on today's trip? Part of trip planning, right? That is definitely something I do. Second thing that comes to mind along with 511 and DOT apps is weather. I don't use no fancy weather app. I believe they all using the same instruments. They're all the same scientific instruments. One app is not using some fancy instrument from the future. They're basically using the same type of instruments, some of them the same brand and everything. So I just look at weather.com. I'm looking at radar. I'm looking at forecasts. I'm looking at hourly weather. What do I need to expect? All right. The third thing that kind of walks hand in hand with that is I'm dodging weather according to the time of day. If it's going to snow at 3 p.m. and I can start driving at 3 a.m., I am going to be sitting in my driver's seat at 2:58 waiting on my Qualcomm, sipping on my coffee. Just waiting. Whatever sacrifices I need to make to pound the ground, adjusting my sleep schedule, adjusting whatever it is, if I can get through a place, let's say I'm taking 70 eastbound and I'm going to go downward on 65, right? If there's a storm sitting over 70 at 65 around 3 p.m., I'm trying to be at that intersection. I just call them intersections. I'm trying to be at that intersection, 70 at 65, I-70 at I-65. I'm trying to be there about 1:30. You feel me? So I can jet down south. I'm thinking 65 south. So I can jet down south and get on out the way. That way, when the storm comes by, I missed it, okay? I'm constantly dodging storms. I'm trip planning according to the storm and not so much my comfort. If you watch my channel, you know I'm a solar powered trucker. I usually, spring, summertime, hey, even fall in most areas of the country, I'm trip planning according to my comfort and what the load requires. In the wintertime, I don't care about none of that. All I care about is storm dodging and what the load requires. If I got to be uncomfortable, I got to be uncomfortable. It doesn't usually last days and days upon end. You're not dodging storms for 4 and 5 days in a row. You're usually dodging storms for 1-2 days at most. That's it. It's not, it's rare the storm's just following you, but it happens though every now and then. All right, so that's another thing. I'm dodging storms. If I can move my hours of service, if I can move shift things, if it means I have to start late, if it means I have to start earlier, that is what I'm doing. Open communication with dispatch. Next, I'd say open communication with dispatch. Whatever it is, open communication with dispatch. Just open communication. You hear that? I've seen No Hippie made a video about it. I've made a video about it. Open communication with dispatch. It's possible to over communicate, but I'd prefer you err on the side of over communicating than under communicating. Okay. Now you don't want to, be always intentionally keep your sentences precise. Your dispatcher don't have time. You're not the only truck. I don't mean to get so strong. Some people act like they the only truck on their dispatcher's board. And, you're not the only person your dispatcher is managing. Like, keep it succinct, precise, communicate every bit of information you need to communicate, but don't go on and on and on. Like, if you're having a breakdown, like your dispatcher doesn't need to know the details of your breakdown. It's a road assist thing. Speaking of prime folks, it's a road assist thing, okay? Your dispatcher just needs to know, hey, broken down, we'll advise ETA ASAP. Boom. Then go to road assist message. Tell them about the details. Your dispatcher doesn't even know, well, I hear the air leak, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. I think it's coming from the driver's side rear of the trailer, but it could be the passenger side rear. But anyways, I'll be there as soon as I can. You didn't even say like ETA, ASAP. Precise, succinct, get it over with, get the job done. Get the job done, okay? All right, next winter driving tip. I did think about this one prior to pressing record. Next winter driving tip is this. You have to realize, here's the cycle of how things work. This is just 1 year of experience, okay? Here's the cycle of how things work. Snow is forecasted. Watches and warnings start going out, okay? Snow starts dropping on the ground. After snow starts letting up a bit, DOT starts coming out. It's just from observation. DOT starts coming out and they start cleaning the roads. When you see a storm coming, you go as far as you can go, okay? You shut down, storm starts dropping. All you got to do is give DOT some time to start doing their job, okay? Once DOT starts doing their job, give them about an hour or so, then start looking around. Start looking at cameras. Our truck's moving on the interstate now. Did you see a plow go by a couple times already? Give DOT time to do their job. Once DOT has started doing their job real good, they're getting the road ready for you. You got to be patient. Give DOT time to do their job. All right? And you can see when they're doing their job. Sometimes you be at the truck stop and the plow's parked at the truck stop with you. When the plows start rolling out, give it about an hour or something, give them time to do their job, okay? Last tip that I have for you today is something I got at a DAB meeting. It is something Prime said they are going to focus on this year, and that is this. This isn't confidential information. As a matter of fact, part of it's kind of, planning. It's just good planning, good trip planning. One of Prime's focus for this winter's driving is shut down early. This was said in the safety portion of the meeting. Shut down early. Don't wait for the temperatures to drop. Now there's ice on the road. Now you're looking for a spot. Can't find one here. You got to keep driving. Got to go on PC. Let me look this way. Check in trucker path. Shut down early. Get in your spot early. 10-hour breaks up. As soon as the sun comes up, starts melting things. If DOT starts moving, give DOT time. Boom, pound the pavement. Okay? Try to drive during daylight hours when the sun's shining on the road, water's melted. Shut down early though, because once the sun goes down, sometimes you can feel the vehicle moving. That is not the position you want to be in. All right, those are the best winter driving tips I have. Last year, Hippie made a video about winter kind of tools and things, right? like isopropyl alcohol, putting it in your windshield washer reservoir. It's always like it's not a tongue tie, it's like a lip tie. Windshield washer reservoir. Put some alcohol in your windshield washer reservoir. Some of them, they'll sell windshield washer fluid that's allegedly supposed to do something, but if you got big money, you want to spend it, I hear the heated windshield wipers work phenomenal. Ice scrapers, just having some people like kitty litter to melt ice and things. I personally just prefer to just shovel the ice, the snow out of the way, throw my chains down, and move my vehicle. Right? All sorts of things. Of course, everybody knows about the snow socks or auto socks. Excuse me, I knew I was saying it wrong. Auto socks, just stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, No Hippie's got a video. Maybe he'll do another one for you this year. I'm sure somebody will do something. Those are just some winter driving tips from a fellow with just 1 year experience. I'm sure you'll see some in the comments of people who have other tips and things of that nature. But download your apps. If you got a CB, turn the volume up, man, when things start looking shady. Try to drive during the daylight time, shut down early, and just be watchful, observing DOT. How are things working around me? And don't take no risk, man. Load ain't never worth the risk. People say, ain't no load so hot it won't cool off in a ditch, Maybe we should make up a newer saying. That one's getting really cliche. Anyways, I'm about to get on the bike, man. We're gonna put some miles on this Harley. All right, you already know what the motto is: work hard, play hard, sleep hard. So I'm playing hard this time of life, this part of the month. Work hard, play hard, sleep hard, find somebody to love. I love y'all. Don't forget, it's not about what you believe. It's all about why you believe it. Live free.